Hi everyone, this is Mrs. Fick. We are trying something different with Pin Night this year, hopefully to save you guys a trip back into school. So instead of having you come in this year, we thought we would record ourselves talking to you and see if that makes it a little easier for all of you. So we always welcome any feedback. Let us know what you prefer, but we're going to try this year. Um, just a heads up, of course I'm doing this while I'm getting over a cold, so please excuse any coughing or my voice sounding odd. I appreciate that. All right, so let's get started. This is our team, Mrs. Palinch, Mr. Plime, myself, Mrs. Leeser, Mrs. Morse, Mr. Bilberg, and Miss Ginter. So 7 sections of 4th grade this year. Here are our support staff. So most of these staff members allow us to keep our class sizes down for math, which is really nice. And then we have some support for reading as well. So Megan Hebert actually co-teaches the reading lesson with me Monday through Thursday. So she's in here every day for our reading block. We teach together. We pull small groups. And that works really well. So that is exciting this year. Here's our daily schedule. Most kids, well, I hope all of them, but most should have this taped into their planners so that you can reference our schedule as you need to. But we start with morning work and announcements from Mr. Johnson or Mrs. Carlson. We then move right to math. Then we have unit studies. The kids are going to rotate to each teacher for a small mini unit studies course. They're with me right now for state research. And then after about 21 days, they're going to move to the next class. They will move as a homeroom, so they'll stay together but visit each teacher. We then have specialists. Those have not changed. We come back, we have read aloud. We go to lunch. I know it's late. We have lunch and recess at about 1:05. We come back for our literacy block, and then we wrap up our day. Snack is during math. So at the last about 15 minutes of math, we have snack time, which is super important this year with our late lunch. Planners are new to 4th graders. This is a great communication tool. So students are responsible for bringing their planner to school every day, bringing it home to show you guys every night. You should be seeing that skinny slip on the side of the planner get taped in each week. It says news from room 307. This will just kind of be a spot where I'll give you any upcoming dates to be aware of, let you know what specialists they have that week. Anything important will go on there. You can always write me notes at the bottom of the day. And we just ask that you kind of read the planner to help kids talk about their day and certainly use it to communicate with us as you need. Behavior expectations. As a school, our rules are being respectful, be responsible, and be safe. So that encompasses everything. That's the language that we use in class too. In here, I might have kids take a quick break if they need a refocus or need a chance to just take a minute and calm down, reset their body. It's not a big deal. I'm not calling home if they take a break. This is just our way of resetting ourselves throughout the day if we need to. If anything were to escalate, of course, I would email or call you and we would go from there. We do have buddy classrooms. So if, sometimes we just need a change of scenery, it might work better to take a short break with another teacher if it's still distracting in here. So we'll be flexible with that. We do end the week with Fun Friday. So if there was any big problem, we might spend some time out of Fun Friday reflecting on that, but that hasn't been an issue so far. How you can help us. If there's any homework, helping your child find a nice time and a space to do so is always helpful. The biggest thing that we want your child to be doing is reading every night to themselves, partner reading with a sibling, listening to an adult read. All of that counts, all of it's helpful, whatever your child prefers. But the more they can read, the better. Talking about the planner, checking the Turtle Lake folder, cleaning it out with any papers you see in there. Your child can help you decide what should stay home and what needs to come back. And certainly reach out to us with whatever you need. Writing workshop. We do a lot of big writing projects in here, and we go through the whole writing process. So we start at the very beginning with brainstorming. We draft, we look over it, we make changes, we revise, we edit it, we publish it. So we spend time with the writing projects. The main projects we work on in fourth grade are personal narratives, descriptive writing, a persuasive paper, informational writing, and poetry. Right now we're working on an informational research paper, and they're having a lot of fun with that. But it is important to us that we go through the whole writing process and spend time making our work better. We'll usually type our final drafts and put them in our writing binders. If students prefer to handwrite, that's just fine too. Reading workshop. We have time for read aloud. That happens before lunch. After a writing block, Miss Hebert comes in to join us, and we start with a mini lesson. Sorry about that. So we start with a mini lesson. We keep the kids on the carpet no more than 10 to 15 minutes. This is Miss Hebert and my chance to model the skill for the day. Quick, practice with your partner on the carpet. The main part of our reading block is independent reading and pulling small groups where we can help focus on the skills that each small group needs. So a lot of independent conferencing to help figure out what those skills are or what those gaps are, and then meeting at the back table in small groups to work on those skills. So mini lesson, independent time, and then small groups. And then our library time is Thursday afternoons. Our main reading topics this year are character traits, text features, so nonfiction, main idea and supporting details, finding explicit and implicit details in text, historical fiction, and theme. We have a lot of fun with these units. The kids really enjoy the historical fiction book clubs. We dig pretty deep in fourth grade, so there's a lot of good work going on. Reading small groups. So this is where Ms. Hebert and I would pull, 3, 4, maybe 5 kids to focus on a specific skill. So students are pulled in strategy groups each week. It's whatever they need help with. So they're constantly changing. The skills are changing, and these are quick. Here's a tool to help you do this skill. Here's what I want you to work on. So a tool and a task. And then regroup a couple days later. Have you got it? Great, let's move on. Do we need a little more help with that? And we'll reevaluate as needed. Word study is essentially replacing spelling tests. The research that we discuss with our literacy coach does still show that memorizing spelling words doesn't always transfer to written work. However, spelling is still a concern for teachers and for a lot of parents. We are noticing kind of a dip in spelling skills. So that is a topic that we talk about a lot, is how to help with spelling. So we will go through commonly misspelled words. We'll go through, the list of words that we feel students should be able to spell. We'll talk about them, we'll practice them. There just aren't going to be formal spelling tests in fourth grade. What we do is have a strong focus on word parts. So we study prefixes, suffixes, different roots. Every week there'll be a new word part on the board. Kids are brainstorming words. They're writing words that they find with those different word parts. We study those at the end of each week. So we are still going to revisit the idea of spelling. It's just going to look a little bit different in fourth grade. Here's a chart that just really shows the importance of reading. Even at the top, why read 20 minutes at home? Just 20 minutes is going to make this amount of difference. So you can see student A just reading 20 minutes a day. You can see the difference of how many words they're knowing per year, the scores, how different those are versus student B who's reading 5 minutes a day. It's just drastic. So we like this visual just to help encourage, kids to read as much as they can. We don't want it to feel like a chore. Listening to books counts just as much. Being read to is just as important as reading. So whatever your child prefers, but this is just an important reminder, so we like to show this. All right, and that's all I have for you. Thank you so much. Please reach out if you have any questions or if you want a little more information about anything covered in the slideshow, and I will absolutely get you what you need. Thank you, guys.